Tina wants to estimate the gas mileage in her economy car. At 76,843 miles, she fills the tank with 14.3 gallons of gasoline. At 77,310 miles, she fills the tank with 16.5 gallons of gasoline. Find the mileage per gallon, rounded to the nearest tenth. Well, this is going to be a two-step problem. First, we will find the number of miles that were driven between the fill-ups, and then we'll use that to find the gas mileage. And we'll use the five-step problem-solving process. So the first step is to familiarize ourselves with the problem. And let's begin, as we said, by finding the number of miles that were driven between fill-ups. And let's assign the variable m to that. Let m equal the number of miles driven between fill-ups. Now let's write an equation, translate to an equation where we find m, and because this is a two-step problem, I'm going to combine the translate and the solve steps because I'm going to have to write two equations and solve two equations. To find the number of miles driven between fill-ups, we know that number plus the first odometer reading should be the second odometer reading. So first odometer reading plus the number of miles driven is the second odometer reading. We were told that the first odometer reading was 76,843 miles, plus just translates to the plus symbol. The number of miles driven is what we're trying to find, and we've called that m. Is translates to equals, and this would be the second odometer reading, which we were given in the statement of the problem, 77,310 miles. Now, to solve this equation, we subtract 76,843 on both sides. So we'd have 76,843 plus m minus 76,843 is equal to 77,310 minus 76,843. On the left side, we have m plus 0, or m. And on the right-hand side, when we carry out the subtraction, we get 467. So we know that 467 miles were driven between fill-ups. Now let's find the number of miles per gallon, and let's let G be equal to the number of miles per gallon. Now let's translate to an equation that we can use to find G. We know that the number of miles per gallon times the number of gallons used should give us the number of miles driven. The number of miles per gallon is what we're trying to find, and we've assigned the variable G to that. Times translates to the multiplication symbol. The number of gallons used, we were told in the original problem that 16.5 gallons was used to fill up the car. Is translates to the equals sign, and the miles driven is what we previously found. We found that it was 467 miles. So we have an equation, G times 16.5 equals 467. We can divide both sides of this equation by 16.5 to find G. So G is equal to 467 divided by 16.5, and when we do that division, we get 28.30, where the 30 is a repeating decimal part of that number. And we were asked to round to the nearest tenth of a gallon, so we would say that G is approximately equal to 28.3. Now we can check this. It's the fourth step in our problem-solving process. First, we can multiply the number of miles per gallon by the number of gallons. 16.5 miles per gallon times 28.3 miles per gallon. This would give us the number of miles driven. And we do that multiplication, we get 466.95, which is approximately equal to the 467 miles we computed that were driven. And when we add this to the first odometer reading, if we've done the problem correctly, we should get the second odometer reading. So the first odometer reading was 76,843. And when we add 467, we get 77,310, which is the second odometer reading. So our answer checks. And we'll go to the fifth step in the process, which is to state the solution. We say the gas mileage is about 28.3 miles per gallon.